This autumn, we're not going to shy away from our goals, stop pursuing what we really want to dream in and call into our lives. We will not be afraid of that we will get too tired, or that we will not be productive, or that we will get this seasonal depression. Okay, we will not get into this kind of nervous, anxious feeling of that autumn is coming in. This autumn, we're going to make our autumn very extra, very special, and we're going to embrace everything of this crisp, lovely season. So think about it yourself. Like in the beginning of autumn, we're just like, okay, it's quite nice, right? It's getting crispy outside. We have a little bit nice of a sun outside, and then the darkness happens. Okay, the darkness falls, or it starts to rain a lot. Maybe you are living in a place where it's like rainy season, and it starts to get more gloomy. And due to that, we also begin to feel a little bit more tired. Our body needs to replenish a little bit more. And many of us get actually quite stressed out about the fact that we feel that we will not be efficient enough. And we get stressed out about the fact that some days we will have a lot of energies, other days we will not have energy. And some days we will love life. Some days we feel that we will not love life. And we are ending that. We are quitting that. Okay, so today I'm going to give you 5 different strategies to use this autumn to make it the best autumn for you. So the first one is to bring the extra spice into your everyday. You can have a look at my pumpkin spice video, where I do also talk about bringing something new, bringing something extra into your life. But essentially where this develops into is to find out these different type of activities, this different type of ways how you do things that really nurtures your soul and bring in something extra into your day to day. So I want you to plan out for your week, and not putting it to your weekends, but plan out for your week what it is that you want to do that brings that little extra spice into your everyday. So that might be that you're actually putting in your schedule to have a half an hour or an hour of you reading a book, making yourself some banana bread, and having a really great time doing so. Maybe you plan out a spa day on a Thursday, or something that bring into that kind of extraness that we usually do throughout the summer. I don't say that you should do exactly the same or as much, because we have more energy throughout the summer. I will soon talk about the rhythm of the fall, right? But just so you still continue to actually fall in love and romanticize your life, or be in your life, like do what you love and do what bring your meaning even throughout fall season. The next thing is to follow your rhythm. Okay, so when we're talking about follow our rhythm, is that we begin to understand and really tune into our own rhythm. I think that is important the whole year. Okay, but it is essentially even more so important throughout the darker months. If you feel tired, you're going to give yourself that nap, knowing that that is the most productive thing that you can do right now. If you feel that you want to eat some extra food, more food that you usually do, you will do that in that moment you feel that. If you feel that you have a lot of energy to doing that workout practice, you will do that now. Okay? Listen to that excitement, listen to what you feel for in that moment, and do that moment. Because throughout fall season, and also when we're turning into winter, our energy shifts and changes quite easily. Okay, so maybe you feel that I'm so energized today, I will go and work out after work. That energy might actually have left you when you're done with that day. So instead, we want to do that directly. Going into the third strategy that is actually connected with rhythm is that we have to be able to tune into our intuition even more. The darker months, it's calling for our inner witch to be like, I'm listening to you. Okay, so we're already having that kind of energy. So it is helpful for us, so to say. But it's so helpful for us to really also stay on track with our gut health due to that. So our gut health is so important always. I am actually taking a next step in understanding my gut health even more. I've been taking it in periods, I would say, throughout my life, but now I'm bringing it back to begin to eat a little bit more anti-inflammatory food, and looking into knowing more about my gut health in general. Because if you're nervous because you've been drinking too much caffeine, or eating something that your stomach doesn't feel good about, or if you feel a little bit low in energy just because you've been eating something that is heavy for your stomach, you will not be able to tune in as much to your intuition as you would like to. Okay, so your intuition is in your gut, so that's why it's like bodily you actually have to take care of yourself in order for you to tune in more to your intuition and your spiritual wisdom as well, according to me. So make sure that you actually maybe feel into, if you feel for that kind of chocolate cake, is that the best choice for you and your goals and your dreams and desires? Is that the best? Or can you maybe shift it out to a juice instead, even though you may not feel really for a juice? Can you make a hot juice? Can you make kind of a hot herbal tea for yourself with just oranges, for instance? So you still have this kind of cozy, warming feeling, but at the same time, you also get the benefits that you get out of a juice. Or is it so that you maybe want to make your own raw cake or make your own cake that have natural sugars such as a date syrup, right? So find these different ways how you can actually feel and tune into, like, is this going to give me happiness right now and in the longer term? And of course, if you feel that, yeah, it will actually feel really great to, sink up in the couch and eating this type of pizza, do that. Do whatever you feel for and your energy, your body wants, so to say. But for me, usually I notice that I feel so much more nurtured and taken care of when I actually bake something in my own home, and I can choose how much sugar I want to add in it, if I want to add any sugar at all in it, and so forth. And it's also helping for my gut health and my overall health, energy, and vitality. Strategy number 4 is to embrace the dark from inside and outside. So when it's getting a little bit darker outside, we also start to become a little bit more reflective about our lives, and we start to also notice maybe hidden patterns, maybe hidden fears, maybe something that we wouldn't like look into or else or have wanted to look into, and that can start to creep in of us, and it can start to make us feel a little bit scared of it or nervous, or feel that, okay, I don't have the energy to take care of this. Why does this show up now? But it's actually natural cause of this season, and it's actually kind of the outer reflection reflects into parts of ourselves that we may have not seen yet or wanted to look into. And I think it's so important. It's like a great medicine to really face your so-called shadows in the same way that you face your so-called light. Be giggly, be excited, be curious about it. So I will give you an example. For a couple of weeks ago, I actually noticed a freeze response within me. Okay, so I had this freeze response when I was little. You maybe heard about this flight and fight response, which you can kind of take on if you have been in different type of painful situations or very scary situations and so forth. And my reaction is freeze mode when something feels scary. So this is something that I years back worked through, and I healed a lot of those parts, so to say, and I stabilized and balanced my nervous system when it came to that. Recently, I felt that there's some kind of imbalance in my nervous system again, and I've also throughout maybe the last like 6 months or so been very annoyed about that I lose energy after lunch hours. So I've been bothered and annoyed and wonder, like, why do I always like lose this kind of efficiency after lunch? Is it what I eat? Is it that I am not a person that are able and capable of working after lunch hours? What is it? I've been like in this kind of blaming mode. In the same period, I've been journaling a lot more, and this is something that is very interesting and what I love about journaling. Sometimes you can journal about something in one area that is totally like not connected to another area, but just because you are awakening that awareness and you are starting to think and see things from another perspective, you maybe notice a different type of patterns and so forth. Sometimes you can get insights from a totally other area which you were not prepared for and you didn't even know that you had to look into. And that happened with this. So I was journaling about a bunch of other things, and suddenly one day I noticed my freeze response. So I noticed that after lunch hours, I suddenly froze, and I suddenly been sitting and freezing for like 30 minutes or so. So I reflected on that and realized, like, whoa, this is what has been happening for me, because I have had actually a little bit wobbly, a little bit time where I've been actually quite worried about things, and in a way that I don't want to be that worried about it. And I've been like making a lot of changes recently when it comes to my career and so forth. So it has been quite an up and down for my nervous system as well. So what I noticed was that I actually had this kind of freeze response in my day-to-day work day. And that was actually the key. What was holding me back from having energy after lunch hours? So now I have energy after lunch hours again. But anyhow, so what I did then was that I was like, wow, finally, yes, this is showing up. Interesting. This old pattern of mine, it is showing up now. And wow, in a totally other area where I couldn't foresee that it has. I thought that I was kind of done with it, but apparently not. Okay, this is interesting. I know exactly what I can do then. So my attitude towards this is very, according to me, light. It's exciting. I see that as exciting as if I would have a desire that I wanted to go for, a goal I wanted to reach, right? So it is not a difference. We should not deem or hate or like look at, certain type of sides of ourselves that being ugly or that not being helped. Like that is a help for us to grow, and that is making us grow as well as other things in our life, right? So really find this message as an understanding of embracing the dark and understanding that the dark is like, you should love that as much as anything else. And when you do that, it's so much easier to also resolve it. It's so much easier to reflect on it. And it's so much easier to actually make that change that you need. And fall is a perfect period to do so. The fifth and final strategy so that you can keep your autumn something very, very special and extra, and that you can keep up with your goals and desires that you want to pursue with and continue with. You will not just like lose them just because another season is entering, right? In order for you to feel really great throughout this fall and actually feel much more energized than you ever been, we need to look into our habits again. Okay, and we need to understand that we might have different habits from others. You will not have the same habits as your best friend if your best friend don't have the same goals and aspirations for themselves, what they want in life, what they want in their career, and so forth. And this is something that is so important, I think, that many people missing out of. Your friend who is not interested in awareness, or your friend who is not interested in getting to know her intuition more, or your friend who do not want to make this different type of changes and need a certain type of other mindset shifts or another type of habits, this person that don't have those aspirations will maybe have the habit of watching Netflix on a Friday evening. But that might not be for you, because that might not be your dreams and goals and aspirations. That might not take you to where you want to go. Do you understand what I mean? Maybe the best Friday evening thing for you might be an intuitive practice or journaling practice or something else where you find out these different type of mindsets that you want to keep in order for you to go and pursue that goal, right? So this is so important to understand, and I've been noticing this for a very long time, and I have quite good standards when it comes to this, and I have my values and my understanding what brings me true meaning and purpose, and what I said no to, and what I say yes to. But sometimes I can slink into it as well, when people are just like, well, just relax, come and join here, go for this shopping spree with us, or come for this dinner, and I feel that this will actually not nurture my soul. And I just like, okay, yeah, I can be a little bit more chill. That happens sometimes. But when that happens, I just realize like, no, their type of relaxation might look very different from mine. I do get relaxed when I journal. I do get relaxed when I visualize, when I have a meditation, when I read my book in the evening, when I have a calm dinner with 4 people maximum. Like I have my type of relaxation, right? Whereas other people might feel relaxed when they are going on a shopping spree. I don't get relaxed when I'm going on a shopping spree. It's not my cup of tea. And we have to understand that those people might have different goals and might want to live their life differently. So what you can do is that you can suggest other things to do with that friend. Okay, great. Yeah, would like to watch maybe a video, but can we watch this documentary instead? Or could we watch something on YouTube, how to understand your intuition more, right? Like you can find this different type of tweaks where you can do it together, or that you can say that, yeah, I would like to, but I would like to do this instead. So should we meet out another day, for instance, right? it is okay to actually say no to certain type of activities. We don't need to, hang out with people just because we feel that we want to hang out with them, but the habits that they have and the activities that they do not suit our soul, do not give meaning and purpose and energy to us, and are not actually aligned with how we want to live our lives and what dreams and desires that we have for ourselves. So these are the 5 strategies that you're going to say yes to throughout this fall to have the best fall season that you've ever had, okay? And let me know in the comments which one of these ones that you want to embrace even more of, or that you want to start off with. I would like to hear that. If you want to go deeper into your own reflection, and you want to go deeper into your kind of hidden attitudes, perspectives to life that you want to change now so that you can really turn into that kind of fulfilling life that you want for yourself, then my Fulfill You course is perfect for you. So I will leave the link in the description for that. And take good care of yourself now. Let me know what you liked about this video, and I will talk to you next time. Keep on listening to you within Talks. Bye.